we as a group have all noticed that our bodies have been changing physically, physiologically, and we'd like to know if you can provide us more information on on why this is happening, maybe as part of the collective, or why is it affecting us.
Absolutely. So we will begin by addressing the general notion that indeed the, we would say, physiological matrix, not only physiological, the actual matrix, construct matrix that your world is composed of is indeed expanding. You could think of it literally as the particles in your atoms, in your molecules are expanding, moving further apart, becoming less dense, however, more intense in their frequency, if this makes sense to you. So these changes are affecting everything around you. Even this desk, this computer is on, is indeed changing and has been changing. However, because it is changing in direct proportion for the rest of your environment, it would be very difficult for you to notice the changes that are occurring. However, when we're not talking about tables and chairs, when we're talking about physiological bodies, indeed, you can detect the change. Now, the change, as we said, is happening on all levels of existence. The actual matrix is being changed. So the physiological changes that you're seeing is just one layer, one aspect of the changes that are happening. Now, the human body, mind, and soul, the human construct is quite complex. So these changes are affecting different individuals in slightly different ways, although there is an overlap in the presentation of how these changes are occurring. As the channel indeed noticed, there is a general split in reaction to the intensifying vibrations. So people who are ready for the change, for the shift, people who are leaning forward towards the change and the shift experience the change much differently than people that are reacting with fear, with desire to control, with desire to maintain the same. The desire to keep things the same and resist change is at the base of the fear reaction that we're seeing in so many on your world today. Now, let us say that some fear is normal and natural, and some resistance is so normal and natural is completely inevitable. So do not deem yourself doomed if you notice fear or resistance within you to change or to anything else, because this is normal. The question is, when you zoom out, when you look at your life in the bigger picture, what is your reaction? So if you usually react with fear, if you usually tense up when any changes happen and you do not adapt and you do not think about it and learn to progress with it, then yes, you are one of those who react with fear and are having very, very hard time these days. By the nature of you being attracted to this work, being attracted to this person, you are naturally gravitating towards the change and towards what you would call the positive pole of the spectrum.
I would like to know if this change, is it going towards to another dimension that's been talked about?
Yes, absolutely. However, the shift is already taking place. Many of you are waiting for the shift to happen, waiting to notice the shift, the click when it clicks in. And this is not how it is happening. The shift has already started. So this is not something that you're waiting for the future. This is something that is already in place. And yes, indeed, it is related to what the vehicle amusingly calls leveling up or upgrading. And indeed, you are all leveling up. And as with all graduations, some will stay behind and some will move on to the next grade.